Hey, Nico.
Julian.
Um, I'm I'm a bit curious about something in relation to the self-inquiry. I'm curious about the curiosity that seems to, I guess it's around, it doesn't seem like something that can be um, forced in the sense, like, I don't know, I started doing more self-inquiry in the recent 2 weeks or so, and there was I noticed a curiosity that was kind of sparkled by a dream that my wife had, and then it went in hand that I started um, swimming more. Like I would go in the morning to swim, and after swimming, I would start doing the self-inquiry. And there was this like natural curiosity and things started happening. And also and I was kind of in doubt, like, wow, but um also thinking of what our teacher said about doing aerobic exercise and followed by meditation, how that what he would recommend that a lot. So I was like, okay, is it the that I'm doing the aerobic exercise before? Is it the dream that sparkled this curiosity naturally? Because when I do it in the sense of like, okay, I need to self-inquire, like I need to figure this out. Like it doesn't work. The curiosity is not there. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I guess it's something I don't know, it's something that can be forced. And I'm not sure what the question is, but
Yeah, you can't force that. Um, let's say maybe there is some value in doing it from pure will and discipline and routine, but I would suggest that if it's coming from a deep curiosity, it'll be infinitely more powerful. And the first thing I said is a big if. It might be possible if it's coming from a discipline for it to have value, but not sure it would have any at all. It needs to be this really deep, true sense of wonder, because otherwise it's not an inquiry.
yeah.
And so maybe even I would suggest if you don't feel it's coming from there, don't do it at all, so that you're not creating a habit of a forced inquiry.
But how do I know the curiosity wasn't sparkled by a bit of discipline? Like, I mean, the regularity of doing it, and then suddenly it appears, and I start doing it from curiosity.
Well, then I would say that discipline actually was curiosity.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
what is discipline? You know, I could sit at the piano many hours a day if I had time, and it would look like very disciplined. When I sit, when I'm practicing, it's everything looks like a very, very intense discipline, how I would do it, but it's not coming from anything forced. It used to,
Yeah.
and it did not work. So discipline, to me, a true discipline isn't when we're forcing ourselves to do something, not really wanting to, not really knowing why, because we were told or because we think it's good. I think that doesn't have a lot of value. I, I, I'm inclined to suggest just don't do it. A true discipline comes from a deep, true desire. When you know the value, you feel it, you desire it, and then it might look like a crazy intense discipline, but it's coming from desire, from passion, from curiosity, from openness, and a true learning happens there.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah. You're doing it because you really want to live. You're enjoying it, or you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And also I would say don't worry about it.
Mm.
It's not that important. If you, in a sense, you need to trust that in you which wants to know, and not try to control it.
Mm.
Because your question, in a sense, brings up a wanting to control the curiosity,
Right.
so that it's a deeper, truer curiosity and less of a disciplined. But it's a bit of a control mind.
Mm.
So just trust that in you which wants to know truth. Trust that in you which wants to know reality. And trust its rhythms. You know what I mean?
Mm. I think so. Yeah.
Trust its rhythms. I mean, the natural energy when it moves towards, for example, sleep, the rhythm of sleep, the rhythm of work, the rhythm of enjoying, the rhythm of eating. There's a there's a deep natural rhythm when it's not distorted. So if we try to force ourselves to sleep at a certain amount of time for a certain amount of length, to eat at a certain amount of, versus trusting the rhythm, the natural rhythm. And so if you're trying to force the rhythm of self-inquiry for it to, you want to get something from it, you want it to go faster, you want it to go deeper, and so you create a bit of a forced discipline versus trusting the rhythm, staying open, staying curious, and feel when it comes as a curiosity, you listen to it and you follow it. And then when it's not there, maybe what's the rhythm in that moment is to swim or to walk or to play music or to do some work.
Yeah, I see this thing you say about now that you said about control, because last group you said something of how fast you wake up depends on how much you want it, how much you really want to see it. So, and I remember thinking something like, but how can I make it make myself want it more? Something like that. It's the same control.
Yeah, and then you it's the same. Yeah, you throw yourselves into a really complicated thing, which is there's the you that wants whatever it wants, and then there's the you that wants the other you to want things differently. Yeah. Versus trusting. There really is nothing to get, nowhere to get to. The path is the goal is the path. This is it. I think I just said in a very brief moment one of the most direct teachings. They're all quotes, they're not mine.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.